Hey everybody, hope you guys doing alright. So, yeah, I just got back from. I went to the closest Domino's, which is only like a mile and a half away or so, and handed them. I actually already did the online app as I showed you guys, and then I went in to follow up. My dad always told me it's good to follow up, like even after you've done put your application into a place that you want to work. Although it's different now with technology and shit, but back in the day, it used to be a really effective method. And you'd follow up with after the interview by going in person and then speaking with the manager, maybe even handing them a second resume or cover letter or just something else. Even just you walking in there and talking with them and showing that you're that serious that you decide to come in on your free time and just just show more attention. So I did that. I went to the first place I already originally applied at online, and they said that their hiring manager would call me back later that day. So I felt good about that one, and then after feeling good about that one, I was like, "Fuck it, why don't I just?" I already had it in my mind, but I felt like I could have not gone to the place I used to work, the other Domino's location where I used to work, but I decided to do it just to be a little bit more gung ho, and I did, and I went to the one I used to work at, which is a little bit farther away, but the tips are better too. So there's good reason to travel that little extra mileage, and if the chick that used to work there was still working there, I really liked her. I mean, she was a very good manager, so I wouldn't mind working for her again. So she ended up still being there, which is great because she also remembered me. And I left there, in a not a very good spot. I actually told her that I was dealing with addiction, and I wasn't gonna be able to make my shift and this and that. And she was very compassionate and actually gave me like she wanted me to come back quicker. Like she kept on wanting me to, but anyway, I wasn't ready to, and yeah, I mean that was almost I think it was like close to like 2 years ago that I worked there. It's gone by. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but it's been a while. So anywho, she was still there, and she apparently does need help at nights, which was great because I was hoping to get some closing shifts because those seem to be the more lucrative shifts, and on the weekends as well. So it looks like it might be a Wednesday to Sunday type thing. I originally was just gonna try to do. Shit. I was originally just gonna try to do like just part time, like just 3 days a week. But whenever I get involved in a place, man, I always like I don't know, I kind of tell you need a little bit of help. So I was like, yeah, I'll do whatever you guys need to help out. And that's when I think it was after that. I don't know. She might have mentioned it before or after, but one way or another, she mentioned that Wednesday to Sunday would be the schedule. That's what popped up on her mind first. So I'm assuming that's probably what she needs help with most. So, anywho, but anyways, with all this being said, I do want to say though there is a little bit of like a small little bit of a melancholy in that I mean I am I know what happens to me, and then working at jobs like this as long like especially full time and shit, it can be hard to stay on top of what you're passionate about because you get tired with the work, and then you work hard, and then you come home and you don't want to do the other things that are more aligned with your heart. And sometimes I've found myself being more lazy, and I just choose to fucking relax and do things that I don't really love to do instead of continuing to work on my passion, which is saving this planet. So it's important that even with the work that I'm working on, that I make sure I maintain a consistency with working on the project. For a number of reasons, but more than anything is because it really needs help. It needs to get done, and it's also what's going to help keep me healthy and good. Because the more I focus on stuff like that, the more I'm attuning, I'm aligning myself with what I really love and want to do on this planet, as well as it also being of a high ideal, a high value for myself and others. So there's many good reasons why I need to make sure that I stay adamant about continuing on with this good work and not let myself get caught up in working dominoes and that whole fucking thing, because that can't happen. And they've got a Kratom store right next to the Domino's I'm working at, so it's like, but I mean Kratom is all over Oregon, especially. So it's nothing. It's not. It's a little bit tempting, but it's not that big of a fucking deal, really. Anyways, I just thought I'd make a quick video. I know I haven't made very much videos lately. I do because I'm talking to myself, and I mean it's like, yeah, there's points and there's times when that can be good and you can get the messages across and this and that, but I do think it has kind of it's kind of warped my brain a little bit, and especially because a lot of the time I was doing this, I was expressing feelings about a particular person or what I thought was going on with a particular person or whatever the fuck is going on, and it's just not a very good way, healthy way to communicate. Like, if there's a better way to do it, like that other person does exist, like that should be something two people actually talk about. Like me sitting here talking to a fucking phone when that person actually exists in this world, it just, that whole situation is unhealthy. And I'm not blaming her. I chose to fuck around the way I chose to fuck around. So it's not her fault. She did what she did, and I chose to fuck around. I'm saying, like, I'm not blaming her, but she did what she did. That's fine. I hope she's doing all right. Unfortunately, the way that she chose to do things, I don't think that they've been all that good towards everybody's well-being. And I think we're all kind of hurting, and that's another reason why I can't continue to allow that type of shit to happen. So anyways, but there's a lot going on with me right now. There is. So you can see it coming off the camera probably, but all in all, I'm in a good mood, man. You know, I just need to make sure that it's just weird because part of me feels like I just entered a different dimension to where I'm not going to be working on saving the world. And like, I feel like some part of me is like, oh, that's not going to happen. But no, that's just the devil trying to fucking overwhelm my angel and make me think like that's not going to happen. But it is. It's again, the only thing that will keep it from not happening is if I don't do the work. So it's up to me. And it's up to everybody. Anybody can do what I'm doing. It doesn't require anything. Well, anybody you can have the intent to help out others. That's something that anybody can do as long as you're aware to comprehend the idea of intent and helping out others. Then anybody can do it. And as long as anybody knows that anybody can do that, then they can always keep striving towards something that's going to help perpetuate more goodness for the rest of the world. And as long as they keep on striving towards that, they're going to continue to build up those types of spots inside of their body, which is going to continue to connect them to higher vibrational realities of thinking. So the more they do that, the more of that information they are going to become. And eventually, they'll get to a point where they can do everything, anything, if they continue on. It's simple. Like the devil works in complications. Like even all this DNA shit, it looks like they use a lot of big words and it can be kind of daunting. But and I'm going to go into this, but I think fundamentally, this reality operates in a very, it's much more simple than we realize. And I think that there's a way to show that in, biology and physics and all these things. So, anywho, I'm rambling a bit, but all right, I love you guys. Peace.